Denise Pine, Be More Yoga and Fitness. I just thought I would do a short video in relation to helping you manage breathing. So, for some people, mental health, anxiety, stress, lack of sleep, lack of being able to relax or manage situations in their life can be really, really crippling to them. And so breathing is just one small part of techniques that can be used to help people in these situations. So there is small anxious situations that pass us every day, but there are those bigger ones that take over people's lives and they need a way to cope. So I'm going to teach you 2 types of breathing, and one of them is more the full breath working through the body and breathing through your hips, and the other one is working really through your nasal capacity from the back of your throat. So the first one is yogic breathing. Okay, now yogic breathing can be at different forms. You can breathe up through the top of your diaphragm, up right the way into your clavicle. But how it works is, when you take that deep breath, you really, really work the deep breath all the way up through your nose, if you can. And that's an important thing unless you've got blockages. You hold for a barely millisecond. And the whole idea is that you try and push that breath all the way through your body, all the way through your torso. And it feels like it's coming out in your hips, okay? It's a very, very strange sensation, but it's a very calming effect. Because in yoga, this area is known as your chakra, and there's different levels all the way down. And the plan is, without explaining too much, is that you push all the way through your energy system, right the way into, through your chakras, all the way down here. Because the common theme is that a lot of the stress is kept in your hips, okay? So the issue is in the tissue of the hips, if you can remember that. So, with this breathing, it takes a little time to master, and I wouldn't worry about it. And if you feel embarrassed, do it on your own, because it does mean that you need to make the noise to push the breath down. So I'm just going to give you an example of how it's done. So you need to be in a relaxed position. If you struggle with this position, you need to sit against a wall. You need to be like this. You need to be like this. You need to be on cushions. It really doesn't matter. You have to find the best place that you are able to really lengthen your spine, pull the breath right the way up, and then push the breath down. So I'm going to give it a go. And I'm not going to explain it as I do it. I'm just going to do it, see what you think. Now, if you saw that, you will see my spine lengthen, and then as I push, my body lowers just from here. It doesn't go over, and it just pushes all the way through. Now, the bigger the breath in and the longer the breath out just proves how fit you are. So don't worry if your breath can't be long at the beginning. Don't worry about that at all, because as you work through it, your breath will get longer and easier. Now, a couple of ways to start that off really would be just, instead of breathing right in here, just breathe into your abdomen and then push out slowly. So I'll give you an example. So what you would do is just go. So what you've done is a short breath. Now, your mouth's closed when you're breathing out, and actually some of the breath is being released in your nose, but you just don't realise it if it comes all the way back and through. So so that's just a practice one. The next is just breathing right up to your diaphragm here, so just halfway. So if you could just watch me. I really felt that right in my groin and my hips. And the last one is the top, the clavicle, just as I did before. And breathe evenly. Now that is a really good way of cleansing through your chakras, okay, the yogic centre of your body, just to start making you feel that better. So it's a bit like the old 1 to 10, count to 10, breathe, but this one is pushing it through and just starting to make your body feel clear and taking the tension right out through your hips. And that's yogic breathing. The suggestion is that you can do that 5 to 10 times. You could do that during an anxiety attack if you want. You could do during it after something isn't quite working for you. Or you could just do that as a normal part of your daily practice, just so you can feel pretty zen, I would say, enlightened, feeling good for the day. So that is yogic breathing. And if you want to read up all about it on the internet, it can just really help you relieve tension and stress, clear your body of those toxic feelings, but at the same time, it could help you sleep as well. So that's yogic breathing. Okay, another one is yoga nidra, okay, or Nadi Shani. And that is really working with the breath around your nostrils, your nasal area, and the back of your throat, okay? And that is using your nasal passage one at a time. Now, the concept of this is it really does cleanse and clear your mind. And having used this, I'll give you a situation. I had to be at a particular appointment on time, and I was stuck in a traffic jam. It was pretty clear that I wouldn't be on time for this important appointment. But there was nothing I could do, nowhere I could go, and I started to feel real pent-up anxiety. And it's a small thing, I accept that, but in the day, it was ruining everything I needed to do and planned for the day. So within the car environment, funny, I know, because there was some people around me, I did this particular Nadi Shani, breathing all the way through, just to calm myself, just to calm my mind, because it was working overtime about anxiety about what if I get there late and etc. And it really worked for me, and it wasn't that long after, to be fair, that the traffic moved, but it actually did work in calming me down and kind of putting things into perspective. So I'm just going to show you how that works, okay? So I'm actually come a little bit further up for this one. Okay. So, what you do is you have your 2 forefingers and you place them on your forehead like that, okay? And you have your ring finger just hovering over your nostril there, and your thumb hovering over your nostril there. So the hovering, this one's kind of just redundant here. Okay, so I'll give you an example. What you would do is press the thumb on the right nostril, okay, or you can do it on the other side as well, and breathe in through the left nostril. So one will go, like so, and then you would clamp the nostril on the left, release the thumb on the right, and breathe out through that. So the point is that one will be closed, that will be closed, and you breathe out through here, all the way through your nasal passage. Okay, and you try and do that about 10 times. But I'm just going to do one demonstration for you, a couple of times really, so you can see how it works. and how deep you can do it. 2 fingers. Okay. Obviously, if you've got a blocked nose, it's not easy to do, but sometimes if you've got a little bit blocked nose, which I've had this morning, it clears it. It's pretty good. Also, when you're really working in the breath and pushing it out, again, you can feel that push right the way through your stomach. Even though it's coming out here, it really works down. So the plan with this is it really creates that headspace and really takes away the tension and stress in the head, allowing you to be less anxious and also allowing you to sleep a little bit better. So again, if you want to have a look up about the different ways you can breathe, those are the 2 main areas of breathing that I use all the time. The first one is yogic breathing and the second one is Nadi. Use those whenever you want. I find the yogic breathing is something that I mainly do every day. And the Nadi is when I feel tension, stress and anxiety. So if you could look at doing that in the times you need to do, then please do so, because I think it would really help you through your daily life and just make things feel a little bit more sorted, if you know what I mean. So thank you so much for your time, and why don't get started? You can't lose. See you.